Access. Today, June 6th, is Memorial Day here in Korea. Memorial Day is, of course, the day we honor those who died fighting for our country. We have a moment of silence and post up our national flag to commemorate this day and the brave soldiers who protected our country. However, despite the fact that it's not that much of a hassle, the reason why we don't see a lot of flags posted up is probably because we don't really consider how important this day might really be. But if you get a chance to put up a flag, you might think a little differently. Our debut song, 안녕하세요, required a flag when we performed on stage. When we carried it around with us, there was a strange feeling, an aura that the flag had, and it made us treat it with care. So, if you raise it up at home, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, I guess today's the perfect day to do it, right? Since it is Memorial Day, go on, put it up, and let me know how it feels. The first song you heard today, Saturday, June 6th, 2015, was Help by Jack Johnson. And it is Memorial Day here in Korea, so of course, it's a day that we reflect on, the soldiers who have passed. And it's a kind of a reflection, I think, a little bit on the history, if you can put it that way, in terms of, everyone was fighting for a certain cause. And we can kind of reflect on that because we are, ourselves, even though everyone listening is from different countries, we all have drive for our own, and nationalism, I think that exists. So, today, let's reflect on that a little bit. Alright, so as we continue on, let's showcase our brand new weekend corners starting today. So, here's what the corners are all about. Our Saturday corner, My Text and Message, is all about sharing the SNS or text message that was the most memorable to you from the week gone by. It could have been a message that made you really happy or angry, or something that made you LOL, or a message that made you really OMG. Let us know which message was the most memorable, and also share with us some of the messages you keep saved in your mobile device and why. Just write My Text Message on your message and post it up. And our Sunday corner, Scribble Scribble, is just that. It's for you to think freely and just doodle out your thoughts. A chance to talk about anything that happened anytime, that happened anywhere, and, just write about anything you really want to do. It doesn't have to be a long message, it doesn't have to be a short message, there's no rules. Just feel free to write comfortably and just write to me. Share with us by writing Scribble Scribble on your title. So here's how you can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio application on your smartphone, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. And remember, guys, y'all have been sending in great song requests, so keep them coming if you want to hear songs. And let me hear a song by posting up a message on our message board under the title Request. And now let's listen to two songs before we come back with My Text and Message. The first song is Starships by Nicki Minaj, followed by Glad You Came by The Wanted. Reading your messages again and again, reading through the messages I sent again and again, the messages I wait for, the messages that make me laugh, the messages that are precious to me, My Text and Message. Which messages are the ones that are most memorable to you from the week gone by? The messages you keep are the words from the person you want to keep close. If you remember the messages that you sent, you probably spent a lot of time thinking about it before sending it. Our Saturday corner, My Text and Message, is all about sharing the SNS or text message that was the most memorable to you from a week gone by. It could have been a message that made you really happy or angry, or something that made you laugh out loud, or a message that made you really frustrated. Let us know which message was the most memorable. And also share with us some of the messages that you keep saved in your mobile device and why. Just write My Text and Message on your message. And our first My Text and Message comes from Darlene Baldissimo from the Philippines. It says, This text message is from my best friend that became my boyfriend. This was his last text to me, and now we don't have any communication. So, it says, thank you for the stories, jokes, trips, drama, and hanging out. Thank you, and don't forget me, because I'll never forget you, okay? Nothing will change whether we separate, because we're still friends. Lifelong friend of mine. I've kept this in my phone for almost 3 months. I'm assuming, this text was, you said it's the last text, now you don't have any communication, but he sent this text, to kind of, it's a very kind of finalized text, it's very, thank you for everything, and, lifelong friends. There's a lot of, emotions involved with this text, or this message, I'm sorry. And, it's, I guess, a reflection of how you guys spent your time together, which is a really beautiful thing. To get a message like this, obviously there was a lot of time put into, creating it, crafting it, and sending it. So, I think it's a good way to start off this corner, this kind of thanking you for everything, To our listeners, thank you for continuing to tune into Music Access, that kind of emotional standpoint. So, thank you for your message and sharing it. Now let's listen to 2 songs before we move on. Yuki Tang of Vietnam wants to hear I Really Like You by Carly Rae Jepsen, and Stephanie of Peru wants to hear Stay With Me by Sam Smith. We're back, and we just heard I Really Like You by Carly Rae Jepsen, followed by Stay With Me by Sam Smith. I'm Benji of BIG, your host for Music Access, and our Saturday corner, My Text and Message, is all about reading the text message and SNS comments that were memorable to you, but you're probably curious about the messages I sent out and received, right? So, I'm going to read a message that stood out from messages that I've received in my life, actually. So, how the message went was, I get, this is a long time ago, so this is like a high school, I get a message that gets sent in and it goes, bring, so I look it up and I open it, and it says, because for college, when I applied for college at the time, there was a program that was set up where you sent applications to various schools via this program, and then you get results from that school, and they get sent via the program. So I get this message that goes, ring, your results have come in, go check them out on this website, blah, 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 blah. And then, it's not necessarily the most exciting message, and it was an automated message, which is very true. But the important thing is, this is the text message that told me to check my results, and the result was that I got into Juilliard. I didn't expect to really get into Juilliard, I didn't think that it wasn't a guaranteed thing, of course it's an extremely difficult school to get into. But when I received that text, it's weird because I had this really, really good feeling inside, like, I feel like I got in. And then so I go home and I go onto my computer, I'm like typing all this stuff in. Then I click. And then before I clicked for that final thing, something made me hesitate. I was like, if I click this, my whole life is going to get like decided in this moment, almost. So I click on it, and it says, the first word that I see on that whole page was, congratulations. So I see congratulations, and I'm like, Mom, I got into Juilliard, wow! And then my mom comes over, and we had the whole, celebration and stuff, and I think that message, that text message, it was automated, it was sent by a computer, but for me, it holds that much meaning because it was the first kind of notification that started me down this path, If I didn't go to Juilliard, who knows, I might not have come to Korea to do K-pop and be a part of BIG. So yeah, that's a message that really stands out to me. And remember, our corner, My Text and Message, is all about sharing the SNS or text message that's the most memorable to you from the week gone by. It can be a message that made you really happy or angry, or something that made you laugh, or something that made you cry. Let us know which message was the most memorable, and also, it doesn't have to be within the last week, just any messages that you keep saved that are important to you. To share with us, just write My Text and Message on your message and post it up on our message board. And now let's check out 2 songs before we continue on. The first song is Bad Day by Daniel Powder, followed by 4 in the Morning by Gwen Stefani, requested by Melody Pick of Thailand. We're back, and we just heard Bad Day by Daniel Powder, followed by 4 in the Morning by Gwen Stefani. And now let's check out a message that was sent in. We got Huyen Pupu from Vietnam saying, I saw that BIG created an Instagram account, right? I saw your picture with Jessica Alba too. I hope I can see more of your selfies with your members there. I actually like the snapbacks that you wear, and I do love Iron Man. Do you like Iron Man? Huyen Pupu from Vietnam. I like Iron Man. I do like Iron Man. But of all the Avengers, I can't pick because I like everybody. That's right. For those of you who don't know, we created an Instagram or an SNS photo sharing account. And we just posting selfies up on there, but I'm interested in what you guys want to see on there. So, shoot us a message about, what you want to see on this photo sharing account, because one thing that I was really curious about is, I look at other celebrities accounts, for example, Hollywood celebrities, and they're posting videos, pictures of food, pictures of their events, and all that stuff, and I'm thinking, selfies, the selfies are good, but I feel like it would be better to show something more. But honestly, I'm not quite sure what to show. So if you guys have any ideas, go ahead and let me know by posting a message on our message board. Now let's check out two songs before we move on. The first song is 손대지 마 by Ailey, followed by 사랑 없는 사랑 by New East, requested by Vietnam's Tao Phan. We're back, and we just heard 손대지 마 by Ailey, followed by 사랑 없는 사랑 by New East. And it's time for another message. And our message comes from Maud from Thailand. And it says, Hello Benji Oppa, how are you today? I know you and BIG are really busy now because of First Live in Japan, and I know you guys can do it very well too, but please take care of yourselves. I'm worried about you so much because you're my special person. And next week, I'll start my experiment in the lab. So excited. Oppa, 우리 fighting 하자. Love you. Experiments in the lab. What kind of experiments are you doing? I'm really curious to know. You should let me know. See, guys, when you write a message, don't just write, I'm going to eat, right? I'm going to eat this. And then I'm going to eat it really deliciously. You know what I'm saying? And we are having our first live in Japan, which means BIG is finally getting out of the country. We're going to Japan for 2 days of performances on the 17th and 18th in Harajuku, which is going to be really fun. So if you want to know more about that, go look for related information on those websites, because we are super excited and we've got a lot of stuff prepared. So we are super ready. Alright, now let's listen to two songs before we continue to move on. The first song is 널 부르는 노래 by SS501, requested by Shane Dorella of the Philippines, followed by Bad Girl, Good Girl by Miss A. And this brings us to a close for our first hour. We will be back in the second hour very soon. So, before we go, let's listen to Lose Yourself to Dance by Daft Punk featuring Pharrell, requested by Asia of Bulgaria, and be right back. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of BIG, and our first song, starting off the second hour of our show for Saturday, June 6th, was Doobie-Doo by Freshly Ground. Here's how you guys can listen and participate. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, and also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now let's check out two songs before we come back with more messages. The first song is Love You Like a Love Song by Selena Gomez, followed by Heart Attack by Trey Songz. What's up? I'm Benji of BIG, the host for Music Access, and we just heard Love You Like a Love Song by Selena Gomez, followed by Heart Attack by Trey Songz. Coincidentally, Kangmin sang Heart Attack as a trainee, and he did a pretty good job. You should ask him about it later if you get a chance. So you're listening to our Saturday Corner, my text and message for the first hour, but in the second hour, we're going to read messages you posted on our message board, actually. So Reading on the messages, we have Darcy Ann from the USA saying, 안녕 Benji, I did a search on BIG and I couldn't find much information. If there's a fan cafe, I found it to be all in Hangul without the aid of a translator button, so I can't read it all. I was trying to find out how many songs BIG has done in total. Well, of all the people to ask that to, I'm the perfect guy because I'm part of that group called BIG. Total, we've promoted in music shows 3 songs, starting with 안녕하세요, Hello, our debut song, 준비됐나요, Are You Ready, our second single, and then we had a Christmas single that we released with no promotions last Christmas. Then we had our most recently promoted song, 밤과 음악 사이, or Between Night and Music, which is very kind of poppy-esque. It's a decent track. You should check it out. But yeah, so total 4, but promoted 3. And of those 3, I would have to say performing-wise, I like 안녕하세요 the best. And it's a very kind of turn-up kind of song. So yeah. You should check them all out and check out all the music videos because they're all super fun. Alright, now let's check out 2 songs before we move on. The first song is Catch Me by 동방신기, followed by Oops by Gina featuring 정일훈. Oops. That's right, we just heard Catch Me by 동방신기, followed by Oops by Gina featuring 정일훈. And you're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of BIG, and our next message comes from Sage Crips from the USA saying, Message time to the precious Benji. Benji, guess what? I cut my hair and now it's really short. It feels great. I love it so much. Benji, I have a question for you. When do you feel the most confident? I feel the most confident when I can laugh at my mistakes. Yell out the wrong answer in class? That's nothing. Laugh it off. Trip and fall? You're alright. Get up and laugh. For some reason, I'm really happy to see you, Benji. Have an awesome day. 사랑해. When am I the most confident? I mean, I think I'm always confident. You know, it's very similar to what you said. You know, if I make a mistake, laugh it off. That's the thing that shows that you're the most confident in what you are, what you're doing. And you cut your hair really short. So are we talking like pixie cut short, like when Emma Watson cut it really short? Are we talking about like, you know, bob cut short? Maybe, you know, my hair length short. You know, you should let me know. This is what I'm saying, guys. Details, details, details. But congratulations, I'm sure that now it takes much, much shorter time to dry your hair. And that for me is a very, very good thing because drying my hair is like the laziest thing to do for me. So yeah, congratulations on your haircut and congratulations on being confident. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And now let's check out 2 more songs before we move on. The first song is Hey You by CM Blue, followed by Loving You by Sistar. Yes, we're back, and we just heard Hey You by CN Blue, followed by Loving You by Sistar. And now let's go to another message from Jessica from the UK saying, Hello, DJ Benji. How are you today? It's really early here and really hot even though it's cold here. Huh? The weather in the UK is confusing, but I'm used to it already. Hope my favorite DJ and BIG are doing good and healthy. Hope you have a great day, DJ Benji. Love you. So, if I get this correct, it's hot even though it's really cold. Which means it's like saying it's like that fried ice cream. That's what it is. Because you guys, have you ever had a fried ice cream or like a tempura ice cream? What it is they take ice cream, dip it in the kind of a cake batter or tempura batter, and then they deep fry it. So then when it comes out, you've got really hot outside, kind of crispy batter, and on the inside, you've got cold, sweet ice cream. Which is very, very confusing in the mouth because it can't decide whether it's burning or it's freezing. So I'm assuming that the weather that you're experiencing right now is, we'll give it a nickname. We'll call it tempura ice cream weather. So it's hot and cold at the same time. Although realistically, I'm assuming, you know, maybe it's hot in the afternoon and cold at night, I think. You know, last time I was in the UK, I think it was a kind of chilly. But that was also because I was in kind of spring, so, you know, it rained as well. But, yeah, UK weather, it is nice, though. I like it. It's a little bit similar to Seattle weather, although maybe that was just because of the area that I was staying at. But anyway, even though the weather changes, make sure you stay happy and chill but hot. See what I did there? I play on words. See? This is what it's like. It's really confusing. Alright, now let's check out 2 more songs before we continue on. The first song is I'm So Serious, Sherlock by Shiny, followed by Troublemaker by Troublemaker. We're back, and we just heard Sherlock by Shiny, followed by Troublemaker by Troublemaker. Oh my gosh, just before we move on, I just gotta say, I remember when I first saw the stage for Troublemaker, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, you can do this on stage. It's crazy. And then 내일은 없어 came out, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you can surpass Troublemaker. You know, it's a super unit. I love all their music. Anyway, listening to Music Access with me, Benji of BIG. Our next message comes from Mika from Japan, saying, hi there, we're live in Japan soon. A lot of fans are looking forward to seeing BIG. Good luck practicing and don't get hurt. Thank you. So, I did kind of briefly touch up on this before, but we are going to Japan soon, in a couple of weeks, and it'll be super, super fun. We've prepared, of course, we're going to do live performances of our songs. 준비됐나요? Are you ready? Hello, Between Night and Music. As well as other songs. Maybe, a cover song. We'll have some photo times. We'll have, a Q&A, some good talks. We're preparing a lot of fun stuff. So, for those of you who are in Japan, be ready. Be very excited. Because boku tachi waku waku desu. Yeah, I think that's right. It's like I'm very nervous and excited. I feel like that's right. Anyways, but yeah, we're super excited to go there. Preparing a lot of stuff, so be on the lookout for that. And now let's check out 2 songs before we move on. The first song is Broken Hearted by Carmen, followed by Not Over You by Gavin DeGraw. We're back, and we just heard Broken Hearted by Carmen, followed by Not Over You by Gavin DeGraw. And we have our final message for our Saturday show, Kirinhe of Thailand, saying, hello DJ Benji, how are you? I'm waiting, listening to you, miss you so much, and love your voice too. Fighting, take care and love you, Kirinhe of Thailand. I want to ask you back, how are you? Did you have lunch? What did you eat? Maybe it's not lunchtime, maybe it is. But if you ate something delicious, don't forget to let me know because I'm super curious. And remember guys, if you wanted to participate in our Saturday Corner My Text and Message, all you need to do is send us messages saved in your phone and, tell us about who sent it and why and a little bit about your emotions toward it. Here's how you can participate. You can download our Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app and send messages using the comment function, or listen to us and send comments and messages by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess. Our last song for today is Paradise by Coldplay. This was Benji of BIG, and as always, when it comes to Music Access, I'll be back.